Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby and welcome to a gameplay review of this time the FV4202. So this is the Tier 10 British medium tank. I have done a review on this, so if you want to know more details about the FV4202 before you watch this gameplay, then think about going and checking that out. So we're playing on mines. As you can see, this is a 47% according to XPM, which means that we're going to have a pretty good role in this game if we want to secure the victory. I think Mines is a fantastic map for the FV4202. There's lots of opportunities for it. Here you can see me aggressively taking the hill. I'm taking a bit of a risk here, and you can see that already I have to use a large med pack to put my loader back in. I'm getting shot from all over the place right now. And that's really, on the new encounter on Mines, that's a very aggressive start, but in my opinion, I had to do it. So, interestingly, just taking a quick look at what's happened here, we've lost a T44 and a VK4502A, that VK4502A just drove straight into that rock. I don't know what he's up to. The T44 tried to turn his hull armor to try and defend against the enemy. He was caught out and he got destroyed. I really feel that you have to get to this position early on Mines on the encounter if you're going to try and make the run. What's interesting is that the enemies that start on the opposite side do get quite a nice little escape route up here with a little lip that goes across. Even they can drive straight across here. And as I can probably show you, there's a little bit of an undulation along here, this little ridge here, which actually provides quite good cover for the enemy. However, when you start on the northern side like I have, there isn't that undulation and the enemies do get clean shots on you. And especially the lack of rocks here allow the enemies to shoot up at you a lot more aggressively here than, for example, when you progress up here starting from the other side and you get shot in the side there. Anyway, I still feel that the risk that we took to get basically taken out the game almost at the start to try and get this position is worth it. Here we can see that we're trying to target this Tier 9 Chinese medium tank, WZ-120. Try and put some pressure on him. That was a pretty poor shot. We didn't really hit the target at all. And now there's a Tier 8 Chinese heavy tank who I can see is clearly looking at me very aggressively. I'm waiting for him to look away. I'll get distracted and then I'm going to try and have a go at him. You could see that he dipped his gun a little bit there, which allowed me to come round and get a tracking shot off on him. And I know that my gun's going to hurt a lot more than his, so I come round to get another one into him. Quite a low roll there, leaving him on 3%. We could have taken him out with that shot if it rolled a little higher. So right now, there's a T30 trying to poke me, and I really thought that I had a shot there on the T34-2, but I fired just a second too quickly before I pulled back around the corner. But still, you're seeing the excellent gun depression on the FV4202 here, which gives you supreme flexibility to aim down at your opponents. Now, some of you might be thinking, gun depression, what are you talking about? But before I talk about that, let's just go over that 110 made a very silly mistake, almost forgot that I was up here. It allowed us to take him out, which was quite surprising because he was a 1200 efficiency player with 54% wins. So this T34-2 is very worried about, obviously, the IS-3 and allowing me to shoot him in the side. Unfortunately, their medium tanks are advancing along the west. So just quickly to go over gun depression again. I snapshotted there at the T30 and I'm pulling back very rapidly because I don't want to take a shot from his 155mm cannon. Yeah, the gun depression in this tank is slightly better than the M48 at 10 degrees, which means that really you can fire down slopes just like this. When we fire one blind into the Ferdinand there, I think it did damage to him as he's now been reduced to 22%. I'm trying to feather the next shot. I don't quite have it, so I go across and decide, okay, let's start taking health off this mouse. The mouse is a lovely opportunity for me here to soak up some damage on him. I noticed there that his armor reached 45 degrees, and so I didn't want to waste the shot trying to penetrate the mouse, because his side armor at 45 degrees is more than enough to bounce my gun, even though I do have a very high penetrating 105. So right now we're down 2 tanks. Make that 3 tanks. I notice that the enemy are moving very aggressively along the west. And now there's only 2 tank destroyers holding the base. Now this firing line that the enemies have developed along here, I've noticed, will be very easy to flank. And they really will have to keep their frontal armor facing towards the Foches and be very careful. So I've come over here noticing that these guys should be able to hold off these guys. But my worry is that if these tier 9 tank destroyers die, that the enemy will be able to flank round and get behind. And if they do surround the guys in the town, there's very little I can do to help them out. So I'm looking for shots. And I just look over and I notice that A, the T30 is up on the hill with me. And secondly, this T34-2 wants me as well. He puts one into me with a nice clutch shot. But our ultra-high penetration gun is able to get him even at a poor angle. So right now I'm running away from the T30. I see an opportunity to clutch fire into the Jagdpanther. We do, and we set him on fire as well. What a result. He's still burning. I'm trying to kite the T30. Very worried about what that T30 is going to do. He seems to have stopped chasing us. I wonder if he's trying to shoot the Foshes. So right now I'm trying to poke down here to see if I can get shots. I go for it. I avoid one shell. I stop to kill the Ferdinand. I know the T95 might be going for me, and I can't really penetrate him reliably. So I just get out the way. I'm just fleeing from the T95, not interested in him. I know that I can sweep round and pick up a kill on the Jagdpanther 2. There we go. We managed to bounce his shell that he fired at the front of our tank at 45 degrees, and we kill him clutch as well. So now you're just seeing the mobility, the flexibility, the all-round nature of the FV4202 here. It may not be the fastest in a straight line, but it's really quick to pick up speed. So I'm helping out this Foch who's been reduced to one hit, and his other Foch friend has helped him out. And what goes around comes around, Mr. WZ120. We secure the kill on him. And our E75 comes back to help out the Foches. And oh god, really what does come around goes around is that T30 massacres us in our side armor, reducing us to 112 damage. So after that rather aggressive period of play by me, killing the Ferdinand, the Jagdpanther 2 and the WZ120, the game is very much more now in our control. The E75 communicates with me. He says follow me, which is a really good thing to do, guys. I think if you highlight over your teammates and you press your F3 key by default, it says follow me. So we fire third person at the T30's track there, taking it clean off. Now fire at the rear of his track, but the E75 pushes him sideways, so there's no use in me tracking him really anymore. The E75's trying to go for the ram kill. I don't really want him to shoot the E75 again, so I decide to finish him off. Okay, so this game's still not over. There's a mouse and a T95. And all of our team now are on pretty low health. As we can see, the mouse is on low health, but the E75 has got, actually the E75's got a lot of health. And the IS-8 that's been left in the town is struggling against the mouse. So let's continue. I see that the mouse is not aiming at me because I feathered him in my third person. Just aim at the side of his turret. Side of the hull armor there because I saw the angle was good. And make the kill. Now, this T95, I'm on 7 kills. I hear the T95 fire, and so I'm just going to go for it. And now you can see just how fast you can close down the distance in an FV4202. So just as I pause it here, now you might be thinking, I'm in a pretty sticky situation here. The T95 is probably going to reload in about 5 seconds or so. And he's basically got me. So this is a good example of how you close the distance on enemy tanks. You see me fire there in third person. I know I've taken his track off. Now, what I do is I immediately angle, probably about a 45-degree angle is the best way to outmaneuver a T95. He repairs his track, or I didn't track him, one of the two, and he starts to turn. Now, because I'm going this way, now he's overturning. Look, he's pointing his gun in front of my tank, and I'm just going to put it into really slow motion here. So what he's doing is he was over-aiming his tank. And look, he's still turning because his reactions are slow, and he thought I was going that way. Now, after I've turned my tank backwards, he's only just realized what's going on, and now he doesn't have a shot on me. Just speeding up the game a little bit. What I effectively did is I made the guy think that I was going this way. And what tank destroyers will do is they will overturn their tank. When you see a tank destroyer do that, and you're in a medium tank with really good track traverse, you can juke the other way, leaving them looking really stupid, and you being able to outmaneuver them. So always think about being able to do that. I just get his side armor, And I go in, secure the kill on top of his tank, picking up the 8th kill in the game. So there we go, that was a game in the FV4202, picking up the Radley Walters for that last kill. Hopefully I let you guys know a little bit of what I'm thinking while I'm playing the game. I tried to explain it well, and always be thinking about where your next movement needs to be and where you're needed on the battlefield. Remember, if you want to carry the games, you have to not only be thinking about what it's best for you to do, but you need to be adjusting what you do based upon what your teammates are doing. So here are the post-game stats for our FV4202 game. We can see that we were able to get over 2,000 experience for our non-double, which is a fantastic result. Getting over 2k with premium in a tier 10 game it means that you've had a pretty damn good role in the game. And we're also rewarded getting 110,000 credits. We picked up our Radley Walters medal, which is killing 8 tanks in one game. And you know what? Getting a Radley Walters or a Pools medal in a tier 10 is a pretty good achievement. I was really happy with the result. We're able to do over 6,000 damage, which is over double what any of the tanks on my team were able to achieve. We didn't do any spotting damage, as you can see here though, only 462. The potential damage that we received was 2,675. We can see that we took 8 hits, and of those, 6 penetrated the tank. We played a little bit slack early on, and that meant that we only hit 26 out of our 22 shots, but we can see the excellent penetration of this tank, meaning that of those 22 that hit the target, 21 went in. I hope this video highlighted a little bit of what goes in my mind when I'm really trying hard to carry the game. I think it also showcases why I like the FV4202. Its flexibility, best gun depression on any of the tier 10 tanks, and ability to quickly relocate, as well as having pretty troll frontal armor, make it one of my favorite tanks in the game. Anyway guys, I hope you've appreciated this replay. If you want to know more about the FV4202, I've got a full tank review, including other multiple 6k, 7k damage games that you can check out in that review. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider rating it down below. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, you've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.